Hello, cold callers and telephone sharks. This is Alex Balasidis from the Paragon, your sales company in Europe. Have you ever thought if there are specific hours of the day where your telephone calls are going to have a bigger effect than other hours? The answer is yes, there are. Let me show you. Here you can see my calendar, and that's an empty calendar, and I will choose as the country that I want to call today, Switzerland. And the reason why I am going to choose Switzerland is because Switzerland has a defined and a very strict Arbeit schedule during the day. So let me show you when. First of all, let's start and see when you cannot call. Obviously, you cannot call when it's after 6 o'clock. So after 6 o'clock, you cannot place a call because no one is in the business and no one is going to be there to accept your call. But also, you cannot call during lunchtime. During lunchtime, people are not in the office. In Switzerland, lunchtime, it's between 12:30 and 1:30 in the afternoon. In other countries, it varies. I'm living in Spain. In Spain, it's usually 1:30 to 2:30. In the south of Europe, it's most of the times at around 1:30, 2 o'clock, and lasts for an hour or maybe a little bit more. In Switzerland, however, it's 12:30 to 1:30, and that's why I use this example in order to show you that on this exact time, we have a defined example. On this exact time, you cannot call in Switzerland. Okay, so far so good, very simple. The rest of the hours, that means from 9 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. and from 1:30 p.m. till 6 o'clock, theoretically, and not only theoretically, but also practically, you can place your calls and ask to speak with the decision maker, with the technical guy, or to whoever else you need to speak to. But on those hours, there are certain moments that it's not good to call. It's a no call. And the most important time not to call is before lunch. There was a research from an Israeli institute that found out that negotiations that took place with several partners and prospects before lunch were facing way more difficulties because of the reluctancy and the defensiveness of the prospect. And the reason why is because people with an empty stomach tend to be not relaxed and tend to think more on what they're going to eat next than the subject of the negotiation. So if you want to place an important call, do not place this call before lunchtime. Trust me, do not do that. Another very obvious time that you shouldn't call is before these guys leave the office. So if they work until 6, don't call at 5:45. It makes sense, no? He wants to leave, the guy. He wants to go to his family, to his house. He doesn't want to speak to you about business. It's obvious. Now, let me tell you here a big trick, and especially for those friends of mine that they have facing problems with a very strict gatekeeper, secretary that doesn't let you speak to the decision maker, to the CEO that you want to speak. And every time you call, she's there and she says, no, he's on a meeting, don't call now, send him an email, etc., etc. So if you want to avoid this gatekeeper, there is a very good time to call in the office where you probably are not going to find this gatekeeper. And this time is before the gatekeeper goes in the office. So you are hunting a CEO and you cannot find him, call him early in the morning. Call him at 8:30 in the morning, 8:45, 8:15, and you might be surprised because maybe you're going to call and his telephone is going to ring directly in his office and not at his secretary. And last, I want to reveal to you a specific slot of the week where it's very good to place sales calls. It's a fantastic slot of the week. Many salespeople are not aware of this time. But believe me, it's a very, very, very good time to have effective sales calls. I did one of my best sales calls at this time. And this time, when is that? Well, this time is on Friday afternoon. On Friday afternoon, after lunch, these guys are relaxed, on a good mood, because in front of them is the weekend. They don't do heavy lifting work on Friday afternoon, and then you call. They are relaxed, and you have a relaxed and effective conversation with your prospects. Thanks for watching. This is Alex Valasidis from V Paragon. Thank you.